Okay,
All
yeah,
right,
very
so
good.
introducing you all to the agenda. What we will be learning throughout the session is going to be encompasses into 6 things that begins with sales process and ends with the code to cash flow. One by one, we'll have a brief of every step covered into the agenda. And let me know if you people have any question after each step. So first, we'll start with the sales process. Why I have kept sales process as this step one, because we need to understand why CPQ comes in picture. Every company or any business has its revenue generated through the process of sales process only. Whatever the revenue they are going to generate is to be decided by the sales process. So we can consider that sales process is the key to the revenue generation. So for any business to reach at its maximum goal or to be very successful, they need to make sure that their sales process is quite efficient and effective as well. So that's where CPQ comes in picture. It helps sales process to enhance the revenue by like anything. So let's see in detail what it comes with. Here is a common sales cycle. Whatever before CPQ and other tools like CPQ, before introduction of them, what a sales typical sales cycle looks like. Firstly, any in any business lead is generated, as we all know. Any other customers, any pipeline is generated, and then through that pipeline we do qualify that lead, right? And then we proceed with presenting or proposal. We consider that as quotations. Once a quotation is finalized, we came to the negotiation or customer negotiation. When we approve it and finalize it, it gets closed. The deal is closed, right? So in this common sales process, there are some challenges. When the tools like CPQ were not introduced, those challenges are the most they created a huge impact on the sales process effectiveness. How? Like they have some flaws in their very core concepts. Like if you have some product data and that is not updated, then the first step is only flowful, right? So the output is going to be error prone, obviously. So before CPQ, outdated information, like there were not centralized system for keeping the information at pace. So the salespeople literally find it difficult to have a central access point for all the updated version of data. That was one of the flaw. Second flaw was the pricing and other errors, as they were doing the manual pricing, or they might be doing right now also, the businesses which hasn't acquired CPQ as of now, they might be doing it and facing this error of getting pricing error prone. CPQ covers it by providing a feature called price rule and more automated system to generate pricing efficiently and without errors. Thirdly, we can see a lengthy review process. Lengthy review process means when they pass something, like when they have maintained any code, they pass it for approval, and then they wait for email conversation, then it will come getting approved or disapproved, and then they'll work again. So there is no tracking system announced in the traditional sales process. So CPQ is trying to compensate or has a feature to compensate by that, by tracking system like code templates, advanced approvals, integration via third-party tools. While having steps 1, 2, and 3, already sales representative have missed all the times to focus on upcoming opportunities or speeding up. So there is a certainty that they have missed the upsells. They could have utilized their previous time to speed up the process and close more deals. Last but the not least, excessive discounting. When it comes to discounting, there was no automation provided. So there was huge scope to error prone discounting or limitless discounting, which is now going to be resolved by CPQ automated discounting feature. So here are some challenges I just told you. that is going to be covered by CPQ effectively and efficiently. Now, any question before proceeding to introduction to CPQ into the sales process? All right, I take that as none. So, what is CPQ? CPQ is a CRM enhancement. First of all, I would like to mention that Steelbrick CPQ was the earlier company which was acquired by Salesforce, and now it is the native product of Salesforce known as Salesforce CPQ. What does CPQ stands for? CPQ stands for configure, P as in Q as in code. If we try to understand in layman's term, then configure is something you pick out what they'll buy. That means configuration, that means structure of the products the customer wants to have is configuration part. Pricing part is like we add it up easy as pie, like whatever the pricing method, whatever the currency they want to have in pricing, it's all there in price part. Code when everything is ready and ready to serve, there is a nice PDF, and CPQ provides its native object, that is code templates, to provide a nice PDF for you to have everything on same plate. What CPQ does is CPQ makes sales process easier, faster, and more organized. How we are going to know that very soon. And again, as I told you that there were some flaws covered by CPQ. So CPQ provides to deliver error-free codes with the right product combination, controlled discounting, and automated approvals. Why CPQ is used is again going to be covered by the flaws we read just 2 slides before. So I'm just skipping this part and moving ahead for features of and benefits of CPQ. What does benefit of CPQ means? What does CPQ brings to our plate, to any business? How does it help a business to grow? In layman terms, it actually speed up the revenue with a beautiful number of percentages. 85% most of the businesses have stated that after acquiring Salesforce CPQ as their billing and revenue generation part, they have seen a productive approach, a productive success in their businesses. Now, what does benefits of CPQ consist of is like they provide create code quickly, creation of codes and proposals that is ultimately going to lead the productivity of the sales team, and time consuming is going to be very less because sales team can focus on different things. If sales code and proposals are being generated within time, increases the deal sizes, upselling, cross sells, and obviously errors are not going to be there because everything is going to be automated via CPQ. And one more beautiful benefit of CPQ is guided selling. That means if a customer is coming to CPQ and they have a particular or specific requirement, there is a guided path designed for Salesforce representative to follow, rather than making customer and himself to focus on a wider scope of products. So through guided selling, they can focus on a particular requirement or particular scope of the product. Any questions? Okay, I take that as none. So coming to features, we have four various scopes in which we can define features. They are configurator features, quoting features, pricing features, and other value adds. That's is something which CPQ consists of. Like if we talk about configurator features, so we have bundles. I'm sorry for that. Bundles, features, and options. What does bundle mean? Bundle is something which is a product, again, a set of products, like a combination of product. Features, let me give you a live example of that. Suppose we have a cosmetic company, right? So if we talk about the cleanser and scrub, so that will be a that will be two different standalone products which will be in compensated with a category known as body care. So bundle is going to be a group of parent product, I must say, for that to make it easy for you. Feature is something which bifurcate the category. Features means category of products in which they lie. Like if something lies to the cleaning part and something slide to the moisturizing part, then cleanser and moisturizers are two different things. Then options are these child products. Coming to the pricing features, we have price rules, custom formulas, lookup queries. These are all the later part which you will get to know when you'll know the CPU in detail. But these are the most important features of the CPQ which play a significant role in building up any project or fulfilling any requirement. When we come to quoting features is, I told you, Salesforce has its native app code template and document generation generator. We don't need to integrate via third party app until unless it's a requirement. We already have a native app. Now, other value add feature comprises of guided selling, renewal opportunities, and support for communities as well. So this will also, you will gradually know in detail. Any questions?
Yes, Pratibha, I guess there is some questions over the chat.
All right, let me focus on that.
So is it like, can you please explain configurator feature once again?
Yeah, sure. Configurator feature once again. Okay, configurator feature is totally focused on product. So if we design any product, right, like there is a requirement that they want a product as a combination and standalone also. Suppose there is a laptop. Okay, we say laptop is a standalone product, but it should be a bundle which should be coming with the RAM, the mouse, and the keyboard. So RAM, mouse, keyboard will be the options. That means child products. Laptop bundle is going to be the parent product known as bundle. And feature like peripherals, in peripherals I can decide two features here, the storage and peripherals. So if we see into the feature storage, we can see the RAM, and when we see into the feature peripherals, we can see mouse and keyboard. Am I clear here?
Question is from Swapnil. Swapnil, can you just confirm over the chat, please? Yeah. And another question is like, can you give another example for bundle and feature
Sure, I
from
can. I'm
Sophia?
happy to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So, mobile. All right. Mobile is a bundle product I'm going to design. So, mobile is a bundle product I'm going to design. What mobile comprises of is a charger, headphones, and a screen guard, right? So, and mobile itself. These are the products which should be come with when we purchase a mobile. So, taking the parent product as mobile and charger, screen guard, and headphones as options, we can define features or not. It depends on totally the requirement. If you want like the screen guard as a feature and again connectors as different feature, then we can put charger and headphones into the connector and a screen guard as into the feature of screen guard as product option into screen guard feature. Sophia, is it clear? I cannot see the chat screen as of now, so you can just unmute and tell me. Sophia?
Yes.
All right then.
Okay, and there is one last question. Explain, can you, from Ravindra, can you please explain real-time price simulation means?
Real time price simulation means, all right, so this will be incompensated with the price rules. So, okay, take this example that whenever quantity of a particular product increases from 5, okay, then the price should be divided by 2, means half the price should be discounted by 2. So whenever any product quantity is going to be increased from the number of 5, any product is going to be real time price divided by 2. Getting my point, Ravindra? So real time price calculation happens, which avoids error via price rules. We'll see the price rule in upcoming session, hopefully, in detail. Okay, need to switch to that to see the chat. All right. Then shall we proceed, Sagar?
Yes, we can proceed. Pratima.
All right. Okay. So looking at the basic steel brick simple architecture CPQ acquired as this diagram. So focus from the starting point, that is account and opportunity. What does these object role play as? These object role play as lead generations, like pipelines. So the encompasses of assets, contracts, subscription orders. Let me tell you, these all grade boxes are the standard objects into Salesforce CPQ. Plus this, cost, price, option, features, and attributes are totally the child of product. It comes under the configurator features. For those who are having a hard time understanding the configurator features, let me tell you that attributes, features, options, prices, cost are all part of configurator feature objects. Coming to the accounts, assets, contracts, subscription orders, contracted prices, and invoices are all generated on account. When we attach opportunity to an account, then whatever we are going to do into the code related to the opportunity, all assets, all contracts, all subscription orders, invoices are going to be generated on the parent account. I know this is not quite relatable to you right now, but for further knowledge, you can just keep that thing on mind, this structure on mind, that how this process flows. In opportunity, we have two childs like opportunity products and quote. Quote lines means, suppose we have opportunity line item, everyone must be aware of the opportunity line item. So here quote lines appear as the opportunity line item only, and after quote generation, they turns out to be opportunity product as well. Quote line contains product, and product has this attribute, feature, options, price, cost object as their child product, child object. I'm sorry for that. Any issues on the architecture part? I must see the screen.
There is a
What?
question. What
Yeah, yeah,
is the
same.
difference between opportunity line item and code line item?
Yeah, yeah. Could you please explain with an example what is the difference between opportunity line item and quote line item? Has this Steelbrook CPQ plain architecture evolved after Salesforce acquired it? Okay. So, Sophia, for you, for an example, I am going to log in into an account and I'll tell you how the process flows. I'll walk you through all the objects. And for the second question, what was that? I mean, like,
This steel brick CPQ pane. Plain architecture evolved after Salesforce acquired it.
One more question was there, opportunity products and quote line items, right? So
Yes.
difference between those.
Yes.
So they are similar, but the difference is that they lie on different position. Like when quote has quote line items as product, on the quote there is a related list quote lines where we can see all the quote line items. And when same quote line items can be seen on the opportunity as opportunity product, I'll tell you that there are certain products on which we can control whether the quote lines can be converted into opportunity product or not. Some quote lines can be converted into opportunity products and cannot be. Sometime it happens. So there is a difference based on some checkbox field I'll introduce you with. Is that okay?
Go ahead, Pratibha.
Okay, so has the Steelbrook CPQ plane architecture evolved after Salesforce acquired it? It is quite the same actually somewhere, and but there are different objects like code templates and integration part, which we can see that yes, it has been evolved. So let me log in and show you actually. So for everyone, we are going to have a walkthrough of the Salesforce CPQ org in which we are going to get introduced with these objects. These objects, like the blue ones are the Steelbrick objects and the Salesforce object are the grayed ones. What I want you to know through the walkthrough is like where they are lying and how they look. I'm going to do that on an org to you. Now let me just tell you the relationship. When a lead is generated, it comes either via account or opportunity, and then opportunity goes to make up codes. Like codes, from codes there are n number of codes, a primary code is selected, or sometimes a code which is only generated and selected as primary makes the process proceed, which turns out to generate code lines. Code lines contains product options. How product options comes into picture? Product options are the product added to the codes and are already associated with a price book. This is a data model looks like. We'll come to this part slowly. Okay, so I'm making a count as a lead generation part and going to go with the flow. There is a new code custom button already there to make a code. We check the checkbox as primary. We check checkbox primary as true always so that our all code line items can be converted into opportunity products. If this checkbox is not checked, contract, for just for the knowledge purpose, I'm sharing that contract doesn't generate, and opportunity products also doesn't generate if this checkbox is not checked. Okay, RAM kit size. Okay, that is just showing some error for a particular field. So let's proceed from this code, which has not an opportunity. So we will just associate the opportunity we just made, and we'll continue from here. This code is primary. We are going to do added lines. Added lines means we are going to open up the configurator, that is code line editor, where we can add products, we can do calculation, and we can do all the discounting and automated calculation. Here is a add system button, but Salesforce has a add product button. Basically, I have replaced it with add system button for some requirements. Let's click it and add a product. It will be a bundle product. See, it's just a parent product which is shown. No other products are shown because there is a filter already applied here. I'm going to add it into the cart. Now I have these things. What we know about these things is these are the categories. This part is known as feature. This part is known as feature. This is the bundle product. Okay, so I'm adding few options. These are the options. After configuring products, after selecting my choice of product, I apply save, and we switch from configurator to the editor page. These are the final code lines I'm going to see on my code when I click save. See, these are the quote lines. Quote lines comprises of the product we selected with the quantity and the unit price calculated. Now for the question, what does opportunity, product, and quote line have similarity with? So we are going to see products. There are no any product generated. Okay, so there are no products generated. Why? Because if we go back to the codes and we see the code lines, then there will be all products excluded from the opportunity. Okay, so there is a flaw in this, that the code might be later on checked primary. That's why all the products didn't appeared up. But basically it happens that when the code lines generated and all products are correctly configured, opportunity products do appear. Give me a moment just. See, now the products got generated. The reason was that later on we checked the primary box and repeated the process. So that's was the halt on the process. That was not effective one. So when we go through any process in Salesforce, it appears as effective one. So here are all our opportunity line items. Moving ahead, I just made you walk through the account opportunity product code quote line description. Let it be. I'll let you introduce with the price book part. So that is something which is interesting. Is everyone comfortable with the classic thing? I'll take that as all right. All right. Thanks for that. That makes the easy part for me. So we can see a tab here that is a plus icon, and we can see all objects lying here in the Salesforce org. Everything can be found here. I prefer classic easily because it is very accessible, like very speedy up process. So price books are here. What are price books? Price books are kind of books that store pricing structure for all of your products. Salesforce has its standard price book, which is by default active, and if not, just check by logging into your org and activate it. We can make custom price book also, or we can use this as standard price book also. So all those products which have this price book associated price, they come as price book entry. What does price book entry means? Price book entry is a junction object.
Pratibha, you are not audible. Hello. Hello. Hello, Pratibha, you are not audible. Yes, now you are audible.
Okay. I'm sorry for the glitch. Okay, so there are two type of price book defined in Salesforce. That is a standard and a custom price book. We can make a custom price book for different purposes, like if anyone from Japan wants to hold the Japan currency price book for all these products, then we can make a price book named as Japan, and we can put the product pricing as Japan currency or euro for Paris price book and like that. So how we are going to, either we can clone it or we can make a new one. So for now, I'm going to make a new one, that is Paris one. Okay. So this new Paris price book has been activated and has a structure of standard price book. Usually best practice say that clone price books from standard price book only. We can edit it, and I can put anything from here, like different price for same product. So this is how a custom price book entries can be built via making a custom price book, and standard we have as our native one. We recommend standard price book to use while configuring the products or activating any product. To be any product available in the product selection, make sure it is active and has a price book entry. Subscription and assets. Subscription and assets is like asset is one time product purchased, and subscription is like a subscription based, like it appears, it gets renewed timely from a period of time, being like a TV subscription, Netflix subscription. An asset is like, all right, installation charges an asset. Am I clear here? Anything else you want to ask based on the data model, or should we proceed with code to cash flow?
Proceed.
All right, so code to cash. What do you mean by code to cash? Code to cash is the most critical process of any business as it spans the most important set of business processes for all the companies, covering the point when a customer intends to purchase your product or service through the acquisition of revenue. What does that mean in simple words? That means it goes through some particular defined set of steps to enhance the revenue, to ultimately upgrade the acquisition of revenue. How does it happen? Looking at this beautiful diagram, I can see it start with pipeline. As I have told you guys earlier, that account, opportunity, contact all play role of pipeline generating, right? So what happens when an opportunity get created? When an opportunity get created, we get to build some codes, like we get to present some quotations to our customers, right? Some Nexa provides quotation to different customers, like this is the model, this is the model, choose your one whom you want to work with. So they choose a primary model, that is our product, and they know the price, or they fix the price, right? So that's how the pipeline is generated. How the booking is done on a showroom. So when a quotation is finalized, they give a order. A contract is generated, right? And the asset, whatever the insurance policy or whatever one or two services free are provided to them. That is known as booking. Now coming to the billing part, cash and revenue, that comes into Salesforce billing, but still I'll make you introduce with all these things, that they provide some billing invoices. We do invoice generation in Salesforce CPQ, which comes under the billing part. Then there is a revenue cloud working on it, that do of payment platforms, which provides one source to second source transfer of payments, then payment, and there is a refund integration is also there, which comes under the case pillar. And lastly, and the leastly, is that our revenue is generated at end of the sale. When our car gets sold, we get a revenue generated, and thus code to cash provides the service to enhance the revenue and thus making this business successful. Let's say, for example, how Honeywell approaches to their customer using Salesforce. It has two Salesforce processes in demo. One is CPQ and one is native one. What happens when an account is generated? A opportunity and code is generated. Now, configuration part comes here. Suppose a code is there with initial products and they want some adjustment and some discount. So what CPQ people do, what Honeywell people do is do some price rule integration automation, develop some discounting methods and pricing methods, and just apply them here at this stage. When everything is done, a code is generated, it gets for auto approval. It runs for auto approval. That is, there will be approver already defined in the Salesforce CPQ org, which is going to receive your approval request, which is going to automate, run your approval, and you can track that as well. And then they send the final code after the approval is green. If it is not, then the process gets reversed. So once the approval is received and the final code is sent, we will be going to have a price list agreement by a third party app or by a court template, whatever we want to use. So Honeywell uses what? Price agreement. This is the native Salesforce CPQ process of any quote generation. Now, what about order? How order generator works in Honeywell? Suppose order opportunity is generated, they'll create the order. What happens in the other process was we were carrying the code with initial products, but here they are creating the order with the products the customer have defined. Now again, the native process will flow, that is providing the price list agreements and configuring the products according to them, applying the adjustment, and same sending out the order confirmation, and there's all things. So that's how Honeywell acquired Salesforce and Salesforce CPQ to run their business, and we can all see that Honeywell is such a reputed company and successful as well using CPQ. Okay, coming to the last part of the session, that is package installation. You can use these links. I have a package installed already in my org, and that takes time. So you people can use this link. This link is available in Salesforce Trailhead, learning to configure bundles, and that uh, make you provide a org which is already installed with CPQ. So you can either directly have a org already installed with CPQ package, or you can install the package from this link. Talking about pre-installation steps, prior to installation, make sure you enable email deliverability to all users, chatter, order, and CRM content. These are the pre-installation steps, which makes the process smooth. I have mentioned already all. Create Salesforce CPQ developer org with pre-installed CPQ package. So always use install for all users rather than admins, and always make sure to check this yes grant access to these third-party web sites. Now, after post installation is also a hard work to do. That is what we have to do some calculation settings, like configuration setting, which is mandatory. So I'll tell you from here. This is the package, and I'm clicking on the configure to do some important post installation step that comprising of authorizing new calculation service. We are going to go into pricing and calculation tabs. And as I have already configured, there is authorize new calculation service appears, which needs to be checked. And there is again a button appears for a number of seconds and for once only, so that you can check it and run the scripts. And then everything in this org containing automation like price rule, product rules, summary variables, schedules runs without error. Otherwise, if you don't do this step or miss this step, error is going to occur while making any price rule, product rule, quote line editor. So these to be make sure. Again, presenting the slide of post install, and make sure you add all the objects as all the object layouts as CPQ layouts for all your users dedicated to use this org, and bring all those fields. Sometimes CPQ layouts may miss the important fields, so you can use the steps. And to welcome all your questions. Okay. Any questions, please?
So I guess there are a few questions over the chat. Is it like answer to everyone?
Yeah, I am just looking at that. So people are interactive here as well. God, there's long chat to go. Okay. Not clear. Advait, you have okay, so that was for voice. Visible. Please explain fifth point. Swapnil, fifth point. I missed. Can you please tell me which slide you're referring to?
That's already that particular question is answered.
Okay. Real-time price simulation. I'm going through all chats. Yeah. All right, I can see Dikshit Khurana has already answered to all questions. But let me just know if you have any particular questions for me, and I am agreeing to the Dikshit's answers. They are quite appropriate. In SFOL, get copied to QLI when a code is created. In CPQ, it is vice versa. The QLI get copied to when code is created. Yes. Only for primary codes, QLI transfer to L in CPU, not for all codes. Can we get recording of this session? Achieved. Irfan says achieved price books not stored in the recycle bin. Okay, he has answered. Thank you, Irfan. Thank you, Dikshit, for helping me out. If you have purchased 6 quantity products but want to increase the quantity, I'm in button on contract. Exactly, Dikshit. I agree. Your answer is subscription product. Okay. So, Ravindra, contract come with amendments of contract, right? So we can do the cross sell and upsell. We can add more products or reduce more products. And for contract to be generated, yes, product needs to be in subscription. Will you please tell more about missed upsells? Upsells means Swapnils just missing the opportunities which can be which can be acquired to increase the sales by introducing more effective ways or focusing on more pipelines. So that is something missed upsells means. See, upselling and cross-selling are still important for maximizing revenue. For example, online retail giant Amazon attributes up to 35% of its revenue to cross-selling initiatives, namely the frequently bought together and customers who bought this item also bought sections. Okay, so you're saying that if someone is purchasing some products, reps can use those techniques of upselling extra products with them. Yes, definitely they can, but that depends again on the guided selling process or the requirement time. So when the requirement is discussed and when the guided selling is decided, the requirement is quite clear so that we can focus on the particular product selection scope. This happens most of the times that a sales reps tries to offer some extra products to increase upsell, but that also comes with a product category which doesn't adds up to the quote when added onto the quote line editor. So that needs to be focused on like different part before prior to code generation, I think, because this is not manual sales process, right? Okay, CPQ does not require development skills in CPQ configuration part, and best resource can be Trailhead, no doubts. You can go for Epic Stars videos, you can go for help documents. I did learning from Trailhead mostly and by doing a lots of practical work. So Ravindra, I must say that for fulfilling this requirement, one has to make the product bundles into that design where there is a scope of adding more products if the customer agrees. So there is a section, of product feature in which we can opt for add as a product selection method. And when we are trying to upsell anything with the customer and customer agrees, we can go to that feature and we can click on add and we can provide them a list of available products we want them to upsell and we can add them from there. That's what I think. Einstein for CPQ I haven't explored as of now. Welcome. Naveen, can you be more specific? Like, is there any limitation exist in terms of what? Okay, Sagar, you were about to say something. I think question ends here.
No, I guess, yeah. So I guess like pretty much every question is answered. So thanks, Pratibha, for like such an insightful session. This session was like full of learning and knowledge. Will like definitely help each and everyone to gain knowledge and like grow further on that part. So we are like grateful and thank you once again.
Thank you, Sagar, for
So
giving me this
uh,
opportunity as well.
okay. So I guess like for the folks like who have joined that particular session, I would like apologize for that because there is some issue with the Kahoot today. So we won't be able to like perform the quiz session. So we will like doing this time we will be like choosing a lucky winner who is like proactive in community and like who is recently get into the Salesforce domain. So we'll just choose two winners and then we'll just assign that particular voucher to them. Okay. Okay. So once again, thank you everyone for joining the session. Thanks, Pratibha, for interactive session and like looking forward to have few more session with you in future.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Sagar.
Let's wrap up this session and like I guess like most of them are about the Dreamforce watch party on 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
excited.
Okay.
Jointly.
So hope all are excited for that event. So let's circle like out there on 21st September 9 a.m. 9 p.m. IST.
All right. See you there
Okay.
then.
Yep. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks. Bye bye.
Thank you. Thank you all.